Well, controversy about the Ellen Vannon game tonight has been rumbling on for the last 24 hours. Sascha is with me, who was actually at the meeting last night. You actually sort of were in charge of it because you had to have a neutral person. We've got quite a statement from MIFA tonight saying that a serious complaint was raised because Kurdistan had seemingly put too many people into their squad. What can you tell us about this?
Well, what happened is that Kurdistan FA used 23 players during the first two matches in the group stage in total. So the rule says they only can use 21 players. In total, they have 26 players here in Östersund. Used 23 of them. 3 just arrived, I think, today. And what was happened now is that we had a vote on that together with the organizing committee and all the 12 teams competing in the tournament. And what we decided is that there will be a financial sanction against Kurdistan FA, and they play on the tournament with only the 21 players they used in the very first match.
Now that's the point, isn't it? Because I think Ellen Vannon were a bit worried maybe, and others have also joined in, that why suddenly bring in more players? What's going on? I mean, you can understand there was a bit of upset in the Ellen Vannon camp.
Yeah, they didn't bring in them suddenly.
No.
Not because they lost the first match against IoM TV, which was brought up by some people. We did know that some players will arrive later. They told us that a month ago, but we didn't know that they will have more than 21 players in total. So that was actually the break of the rule. And what they stated is that they didn't get the rules or didn't understand them. So we believe that it is kind of a communication problem, and I think the whole committee or the whole meeting agreed that it was not done by purpose or they wanted to cheat, but it was just a misunderstanding, and that's why only a financial action is taken against them.
Well, we also had a chance to speak to the president of CONIFA, and he also offered his apologies for the mix-up.
Many minor mistakes that have been going on from the beginning, and it has been became some kind of chain reaction that had taken a bigger proportion than it had to do. But the main reason why everything went messy is because we were forced to call for a really quick meeting yesterday. We received a written complaint, and then we were forced to have a really quick decision meeting, and we didn't have to check all the procedures and everything like that. So the decision that was taken to yesterday, it was not legal. No, because not all people that were entitled to vote was invited. Everything was really rushy. But everybody agreed about that. There was a mistake that has been done by the Kurdish team, and therefore we called for a new meeting today with all people that were entitled to vote. All those were invited, and then we had a majority decision. The Kurdish Football Association, of course, they had the chance to explain what happens, because there was and everybody agreed, okay, there was a mistake made by them, but also based a little bit about that CONIFA itself had been a little bit unclear in the rules, because in the rules it say, because it missed 2 words. In the rules it says you can be 21 players, but it doesn't say you can be 21 players in total or in each game. And when you're dealing with people and countries from all over the world with different languages and things like that, it's very, we realize that now anyway, that it's really easy to misunderstand the information. So you need to be very strict in every word, so there will be no openings for misunderstandings.
Because just to explain to everyone, there were 21 players were allowed in the squad, but in fact Kurdistan had 26, and they have altered their teams accordingly. And if you'd known, you would have stopped that, would you? Or you just think you cannot stop it because the wording isn't correct in your rule book?
The wording isn't correct, and when we checked it today again, it was actually 23 persons. It wasn't 26, so it was just 2 persons. And in practice on the pitch, on the field, they only used 17 players, even if there was more players on the list. So it was a minor mistake based on several things. So it has. The meeting's decision was that it's a too big, it's too hard decision to take them away from the quarterfinal. Everybody is entitled to a mistake.
So you can understand the frustration.
Yeah,
I mean,
course,
I'm just about.
And I'm frustrated too. Yes, because everything has been so stressed about it. So yeah, I'm really frustrating, and I'm also really sorry that everything came up as it did. But we are young. We are still learning. We apologize, of course, to everyone that is involved and affected about this. We can't do anything about it now. It's a the people that voted for this, it was a representative from each team participating here and the organization committee. So it was a democratic decision made by everyone. So and I hope everybody respect that. Mistakes we can do mistakes, but we just need to try to find the best solutions for it. And I think the outcome was the best.
That's the president of CONIFA talking there. Tonight goes ahead. Obviously, there's a little bit more tension maybe than normal on this sort of game.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives the match a little bit of extra flavor, and we really hope it stays quiet and fair. We hope for a fair match.
And your meeting, 10 until 1 in the morning it went on, didn't it? It's a long time.
Yeah, our meeting yesterday.
Yeah.
It was until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
So I'd been up until 3 or 4 o'clock, calling all the teams together for another meeting today because of all the mix-up you heard of before. So I really hope for a good match, for a fair match, and yeah, we will see. I hope the decision can be taken on the ground, not at the green table.